was saying is this kind of meetings are often held in every periodically, and we get emails being registered in their voter list to give feedback to the nearest colleges and schools, and that is how New Zealand is working. So I believe everybody is innovating, and be sure, and this is a good start. Thank you for all this. And since the scope of this is to share the New Zealand experience, I have written 4 or 5 points, and I think I leave it to this is an intellectual forum, I leave it for you guys to expand on that. New Zealand has a representation of around 180 countries. When I got inception into New Zealand citizenship at that time, there are 180 countries represented, including USA, who has taken New Zealand citizenship. It is a conglomeration of various cultures and citizens. So it comes with various skill sets. Now, including USA. So one of the things about New Zealand is they have, like us, Polynesian countries who are very poor in education. But here, what I'm seeing is little feedback about what I have heard, and what is happening in New Zealand is education and this vocational training are different. A guy can do vocational courses irrespective of education. A driver need not know any education, or a fitter, a plumber doesn't need to know even 10th class, need not study, and probably he will do a lot better doing that job. And that is the difference between New Zealand and in India. And that's what I observe is what the material I got is everybody has got that 10th intermediate. Those are missing in most of the cases. And the other things is, I'll just go through it. And they have the government of New Zealand and the local government. They are federal structure. They have a constant feedback, and they come out with immediate skill set shortage, medium-term skill set shortage, and a long-term skill set shortage. And what I gave the material is basically picking up from the councils, the regional skill set shortage and the long-term skill set shortage of that country. And I also want to differ from what we had here, the session, is that industry look back for the skill set, which anyway is missing absolutely. I mean, the courses are set somewhere and people come for job, and they are absolutely mismatched to the current needs, which are absolutely changed. But in New Zealand, they have R&D people, the people who have doing research, doing a direct vocational courses setting up, because they know the value of that. The value of the vocational courses is to get the benefit out of that, and that benefit will only come when the long-term vision is established. Example, electricians will shortly become unskilled, whatever way you do it, because IoT is coming into the picture. IoT is Internet of Things. All these things are now connected to digital. If that electrician is not learning the digital circuitry and able to connect to the boards, he would become redundant if you are looking for a job outside and in future in India. Like Raspberry board, Android, and these things have to be connected to these electrical systems. And that, if you guys in the vocational courses can link up with the R&D heads, that would be possible. And now that is this kind of these forums are there even in the management of the IT companies. Skilled, unskilled, and semi-skilled are there. Even in the IT companies, for example, we have testers who are manual testers. They cannot do automation, but very soon they will become dinosaurs because they have to learn the automation aspects. Otherwise, they are out of jobs. They will be laid off. They are the first people to laid off who are not upskilling themselves. So upskilling is the most important thing which is recognized in New Zealand, and so most of the guys, if they are in the testing domain in IT, they move on to Python or other automation tools. And if they are if they are doing in any electronics engineer, they see a vision. They do robotics. They do all skills. And another thing is there is a concept of multi-skill rather than a single skill. Now that is something which is coming from New Zealand, from where I come from. They look for people who are multi-skilled in for one particular job rather than a single skill, unless that job requires some specific requirements. Now this is experience which I got from New Zealand, and I won't recommend. And one more thing is, insurance plays a very vital role in New Zealand, and I think everywhere. For example, you cannot train somebody an electrician and then they cannot do this electrical job unless New Zealand government gives them the level 4 certification, registered in a website, and that he belongs to one electrical company. Insurance for that house becomes null and void. So if the insurance company for some fire accident comes over here and they find that the house is not repaired or managed by any of the workers, skilled worker, other than the insurance, the guy who has been given certification and approved by an insurance agency, damages will not be paid. So this is something which we can take up, and that will also help a couple of things. One is Telangana government can take the control of the job requirement and accordingly with the intellectuals streamline it, manage it very well. Second thing is, I was very saddened that one of the best pictures which I have seen or the facilities for NAC is not utilized by Telangana people. Telangana is utilized by other states. That is something not acceptable. So these things can be resolved if all the institutes are managed by an intellectual forum, and I agree with the shadow guys who are outside. They can manage this very well, and so we can manage it. This is something same in agriculture, production versus utilization. This is there everywhere, in IT, in production, in agriculture. But this, when talking about scope of the vocational, becomes very prominent when we do something like this. I think we see a lot of skilled people, and skilled people won't sit quiet. They do something. They are not unemployed. They are not idle. They do something on their own, or if given opportunity, they look for any other opportunity if they find it. So this is something which there is nothing called unemployment in New Zealand. If the guy is skilled, he will do something. He does something. He won't keep quiet. We have to change our culture accordingly. When I go there, I see that there is a cultural difference between me and the New Zealand guys. So I think we can do a better job here. Thank you.
Thank you, Anand Garu. But our request is you should write all those things and send to us. Not extempore speech will not help to us. Please write down with examples, with any pages, any more pages we don't have. We want to publish all those presentations within 20 days. Please send us within 1 week. We can publish all those and one book we can release to the Telangana people. Whatever they want to do, they can do. Okay? Now.